Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. In this one I have for you guys a tactical 10 versus 10 on Slutsk, and I'm going to be playing with the new Fallschirm-Panzer Airman Göring Division. So what is 10v10 tactical, you might ask? Well, there is 10 players on each side, and because it's tactical setup, everybody gets 250 points to start. And you get half income every 2 minutes. So in my case, I'm going to get 50 points every 2 minutes in phase A because my standard income is 100. And usually you get 100 every minute, but it's every 2 minutes in this case. So yeah, everybody's got way less units at the start. Of course, this is 10 players on a 4v4 map, but you're kind of playing at like a company level where you have like a company's worth of men throughout the game. And you're kind of looking after your section of the map. So you can see I put down my ping here. You can see the smoke from it. We're in the special viewer, so you can't see the message, but you can see my little flare there, and then the green flares are my allies. So off we go already. Not too much to go through at the start. We've got my SPW 231. I've got a unit of Panzergrens. I've got the Jagdpanzer, and I've got the mortar half-track. And the great thing about a 10v10 is I'm going to be able to go and zoom right in on all these units and have a good look because we've got plenty of time to do so. The 231, fantastic little vehicle to start with, especially in tactical 10v10 because infantry squads are actually like way more valuable in this mode than others because you have a lot less income. So if you can use a unit like a 231 with a 20mm autocannon to rip to shreds enemy infantry squads, it gives you a huge advantage. You just got to be careful not to lose the 231. Every unit counts, honestly. I've brought up the mortar at the start mainly for smoke to kind of protect the side armor of the Jagdpanzer, and also just to help pin down infantry squads that the Panzergrens engage, but the 231 should do that for me in a short amount of time. On my left flank I do have no retreat. He's going to be using a King Tiger from the start. Now this is a very expensive unit. 180 points of his 250 were put towards that. The rest of his units are a Panzergrenführer and a couple, well, I think just maybe one Panzergren. Musial kind of covering the front with his own Panzergrens there, and a couple units further back, a captured T-34 and a Panzer III. Hubbing are going to be coming out at the start with a ME-109 G6R6, or R4, sorry, that is. 20mm autocannon, get a nice cheeky kill there onto the ZIS-42. There isn't normally many aircraft at the start, so he's taken advantage of that in order to get a couple kills here and there. At the start I managed to get a kill onto the Panzerschreck nicely, due to the recon from the 231, and the 231's also going to be taking out the BA-64B there with its 20mm autocannon. So really perfect sort of start for me. Killed off a couple units there, and my Jagdpanzer just slowly on its way. They do take their sweet time even if they are on a road. In the center, the T-34 is forced back with the transmission damage. On this left side, Scum's moving up with the Airman Göring Pioneers. These guys have the MP-44s. They're basically similar to Begleitgrens. In the main town, we've got our Balkan and Robert kind of working together to hold back the Soviet push, and Jams coming in hard onto Robert. On this side, great job by CJ Royer. Manages to surrender that unit, take that flag. So you can see just like each player is kind of taking a little section of the map, and that's what I love about this game mode. Meanwhile on the right hand side, Tanko Desaniki are going to be making a push up the hill, get absolutely wrecked at range by the 231, and my Panzergren still full strength, 10 men. They've done absolute work so far. My Jagdpanzer has finally arrived. So next I'm going to be bringing in another 231 to join the other one. Again, we only get like 50 points every 2 minutes, so that's not much income to work with. 45mm, that's going to be engaging my Jagdpanzer with the APCR shells. It can do quite a lot of damage to Jagdpanzer, cause some nasty crits, so I'm trying to avoid that. I was going to use the 231 to get rid of the 57, but unfortunately I didn't have like line of sight onto it in time to get the jump, and so I actually ended up losing my 231, which is unfortunate because I just spent my points on another one, and the idea was to use both of them in sort of tandem to try and push onto this area. We do see that our opponent has or one of our opponents, I guess, has invested in some rocket artillery. The Jagdpanzer are going to be backing away from that just in time. That would have been pretty nasty otherwise, as I likely would have ended up falling back with the Jagdpanzer in a dodgy direction. But my mortar here's attacking that 45mm, and we have my Panzergrens, they're trying to get on top of these two there. So that's what's going on at the moment on the right hand side. More troops going to be coming up. That's the Dosor that were dropped off by the BA-64B. And there's also the M2A1 there. Then they're going to want to get a Panzerfaust onto, but my opponent, Stoic, he runs away with the M2A1, which is the perfect play. Just got to stay outside the 120 meter range, and he can do quite a lot of damage with a 50 cal onto this unit. So you can see I'm just trying to get them out of line of sight ASAP. They do end up getting pinned down, and I'm going to want to do a runner with those, because you could just kind of pop up here, surrender them, and go back down before my Jagdpanzer and a SBW-231 gets a chance to shoot potentially. So just being awfully careful about that. Another mortar half-track going to be on its way. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, the King Tiger's just got a watchful eye over the distance. Musial trying to sneak forwards a little bit with the SBW-222 there, with its recon information just showing reinforcements coming down the road. Scum's done a good job. He's got his Panzer III up into the face of the Ohotnitzhi. Or Ohotnitzhi, I think they're called now. Well, they've always been called that. It's just me pronouncing it correctly, hopefully. Anyway, Panzer III going to be engaging those. Not much the Ohotnitzhi can do because they don't have any AT. So he's free to attack that, and you can see Scum's already brought in a Sturmtiger. Now we're playing the good old Fallschirm-Panzer as well. So we're going to get to see these in action shortly. But here goes Scum's Sturmtiger, or those two infantry squads. Boom! Going to pin them down, do plenty of damage, but the AT gun able to get the Panzer III. So I have my Sturmtigers available throughout this game, but due to the way that I built the division, I've got 2 of them available in Phase B instead of the 1 available in Phase A. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for here. Meanwhile, Jagdpanzer getting a nice shot onto the T-34-76, just about kills that before my smoke comes down in front of the ZIS-2 in order to stop that shooting back at the Jagdpanzer. M2A1 still causing me issues here. I'm going to have to move forwards to 231 in order to take that down. So I'm moving all these forwards at the same time so that I can kill the ZIS-2. There we go. Boom. And then my armoured units can take care of the half-track. There we go. And that's going to sort out the other side of this hill for us. And just kind of secure this flag that we were taking care of. So in a 10v10, I like to think that everybody has like an offensive objective. So for example, my flag is here. The no retreats offensive flag is like this town. Then say Scum's going to be going for this flag. And then we've got a couple players sort of playing the middle, going for these 2 flags. This one's trying to go for that one. This player's trying to go for this flag. Unfortunately, Silo de Roya did get pushed back by Der Hauptmann, but yeah, he did a good job at the start. And on the left-hand side, Mystical's done a great job of capturing that flag. So we're doing well as a team, like 17 to 15. We are at an advantage, but you can see down here, I unfortunately did lose both my 231, and I believe my Jagdpanzer also got shot by the ZIS-2, which kind of sucks. So I'm a bit light on the ground right now. I brought in a Panzer III to try and like provide some recon information onto these ZIS-2s at range, so that I could use my mortar fire more efficiently, but I ended up losing the 2 units that I needed to hold the front line in the first place. So yeah, a bit of a struggle at the moment, but 1 minute and 45 minutes until Phase B, and then we can bring in the Sturmtigers, which is what this game is all about. It's really what I want to show off today. Just the power of the Sturmtigers. So that's a nasty kill. Roland bringing in a 17-pounder, going to take out Mystical's Panther A. The Jagdpanther also going to be suffering the same fate as a 17-pounder just smashes that to pieces. That's a bad loss to see. Mystical's going to hate me for pointing that out. Meanwhile, in the middle, we see the Scum with the Sturmtiger. working away. He's looking for the shot towards the Kazaki. One thing that is interesting about these Sturmtigers at the moment is you have to give them a manual target. But there, oh, boom goes that infantry squad. Yeah, you have to give them a manual target. They don't automatically fire when they have line of sight. They kind of work like an artillery piece, except from they only direct fire. It's kind of odd, but maybe it'll get changed in the future. For now, that's just how they work, and it's quite interesting. Anyway, looks like Skun's going to go in for another shot now, this time onto the Gvardia DP. Let's see how many men he can kill from that squad with one shot. So far he's done absolute work with the Sturmtiger. One nice thing about the Sturmtiger is they do have like 175 millimeters of frontal armor, so it's just bouncing those 45 mils for days, but the SDKF Z71 isn't, that's for sure. Right, on the right hand side, my mortars are currently looking to take out the Katyusha there. I think there was another Katyusha behind the tree line. I think it had two of them potentially. But I'm bringing in the Opel Blitz munition now to resupply those, just so I can continue providing this mortar fire and allow sort of no retreat and Musial to move forwards with their infantry. So Panzer 3 trying to help out with its HE, but HE from a Panzer 3 is not too strong. Decided to bring up an 88 on the right hand side. That's going to be helping with air cover. You can see our opponents have now invested in quite a lot of fighters, and they team up to take down Harbinger's aircraft. Mystical now bringing up his T-34-85 on the left hand side. We've got the Stug 3 there taking out, I think it was just a Dushka on the main road. Su-76 gun jammed and tracks broken. That's definitely dead to CJ's Stug 3. Nice job there. Jinjift has brought in one of my favourite units in the game now, Niko Lusilek and his Zimrit armour. Very, very cool. Further over we see a Pak 40 currently engaging the KV-1E. And all these little kills all over the map, they really do add up in tactical 10v10 because, as I mentioned, you're only getting income every 2 minutes and it's half the income you would normally get. So losing something like a KV-1E, which costs I think like 50 points, is probably like 1 tick of income every 2 minutes, right? So yeah, that's a tough loss. And now Balkan doing a good job there to give that the veterancy it needs. A 2-star veterancy alongside the Pioneer Führer. That's probably getting buffed from this commander back here. Unfortunately, because we're in the special viewer, we can't see how these are connecting to each other, but the commander here will most definitely be giving the command bonus to this Grenführer, and then because of that to this one. So if those are within 1,000 meter range of each other, that will provide the extra bonuses, and you can see that on the units there. Another Sturmtiger shot absolutely annihilates another squad of infantry. And yeah, 88 on its way still. That's what I decided to invest in. I can not only use it as like AA, but I can also use it as direct fire AT gun. So that's kind of why it's coming that far up, and I'm just going to have it on the edge of the hill there to kind of cover this right hand side on all of the infantry that No Retreat and Musial has. Here we see the PE2 coming in. That's providing some recon information to his team. I think this PE2R has like a really nice camo on it. So that's going to be spotting probably most of these tanks, some of the infantry, not all the infantry, but a large concentration of units here in the center from our team. Jinjift is there alongside our Balkan. And then we've also got Robert pushing on that left hand side. 88's nearly there. Bringing that into position. Meanwhile, my mortars still going to work. I was having to like manually fire where the Zis-2 was moving. It was actually quite difficult because my opponent Stoic was just like moving those Zis-2s around constantly. Whenever I had a mark on it, it was just going somewhere else, and I was constantly having to like try and get the strike right in front, and I don't think I had corrected shot either, so we weren't being very accurate. I was pinning it down, just like no accuracy on it whatsoever. But here comes the bad boy himself, my own Sturmtiger, led by Baumgartner. And I also have a second one available, but for now just going to be coming in with 3 units of Panzergrens so that I can make a push alongside the Sturmtiger and potentially take this flag ahead of us. 88's just sitting on the hill, giving that the attack order to shoot at the T-34-76. Boom. Gonna take a hit from the T-34. Load a kill. Reloads very quickly, these 88s. They look very cool when they fire as well. High velocity shell just zooming out there and obliterating the T-34 in the distance. Really, really cool. But here comes the Katyusha. Now normally a Katyusha would not like one-shot an 88. My opponent here gets really kind of lucky with the amount of rockets that landed right on target. You can see it was like 1, 2, 3, 4 that landed right next to it. I think it was even 5, like one landed like right on top, as you can see. And yeah, not often you see that happen. Normally they would survive on like 4 or 5 health. But in this case, 88 just obliterated. It's a really, really nice job by my opponent for now. Bringing up the Panzergrens here, as you can see, but a lot of T-34s coming down the road. The Hauptmann is coming over with his T-34-76s towards my lines. Panzer III going to have to hold the line for the time being, because I don't really have anything else here. Fortunately, No Retreat does have his King Tiger, and Musu has another 88 on the hill. But these Panzergrens, for now, are just going to have to run for cover. That's exactly what they're doing. They can't afford to be out in the open if there's going to be multiple T-34s sat like that. Sturmtiger's nearly here. That can act as AT in a lot of ways, and I'll show that off in a bit. But let's check out the rest of the map. Mystical still holding this point, which is really good. CJ's having a bit of a tough time against Bismarck. Jam's putting up a fight against Robert. But look at all of these Panthers from Genjev just pushing on through. This is one thing I really like to do on tacticals myself, is just get a load of heavy tanks and just support like an infantry style player. Now on this right hand side I did end up losing my Panzer III. The T-34s from Hoplite came in from the left hand side, whilst the Hauptmanns were coming in from the top. And my Panzer III just got stuck in the middle. I did try and smoke it, as you can see, but it was too late. And yeah, it's kind of like a pincer movement from 2 players, like 3 T-34s on the left, 3 T-34s up here. Really, really nice job by their team, just to kind of crack down on the push through this section. And I was really worried about pushing forwards my Sturmtiger, because the Sturmtiger only has 90mm of side armor, so there's potential for the T-34s to side-shot me if they get close enough. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that. Anyway, getting some smoke down here just to stop the T-34s in this position from shooting to my left, so that I can then push the Sturmtigers forwards, covered by this smoke, and kill some of these T-34-76s. So the Sturmtiger going to be taking a shot at some Gvardia out in the open. There's lag 3 here. Fortunately, my teammates have the AA covered, and well, my Sturmtiger's going to obliterate that Gvardia. Really nice, and we also end up taking down that aircraft. So nice first successful HE shell used. This has 380mm of shell to work with. Very, very cool. 18 damage, and it's got 14,612 blast, which is quite a lot of blast. I couldn't tell you exactly how blast works, but bigger number the better, basically. Still haven't fully worked out how blast works. My next Sturmtiger is also on the way, by the way, guys, so that's almost here. Meanwhile, T-34-76s, they're going to be taking a shot from the Sturmtiger. Unfortunately, that one was a bit off target. Wasn't really close enough to blow up the T-34. But the Sturmtiger's just shrugging off all these shots in the front arm and just doesn't care. Meanwhile, I've got my mortar half-tracks. You can see they're slightly on the back side of this hill, so nothing can see them at all. But they're still far enough forwards to provide effective fire. That's the idea, at least. So as soon as I can get the second Sturmtiger up here, then I can engage. At the moment, loader's knocked out, so no point in staying where they are. I'll just end up accidentally taking more crits than is necessary. The Hauptmann trying to come over with his PE3 bis. 2-star flak 88. Another 88 back here. The STKF Z71 and the Gepard really, really coming together. We also, of course, used to have my 88 on the right hand side, but it died. An unfortunate death. Sturmtiger firing away once again. Oh, big old shell coming in. Unfortunately, no kill. That pretty much landed directly on target, but unless these are already weakened, they don't usually get one shot. Like medium tanks and heavy tanks, all the same really. So now I'm going to be using them both together. The double Sturmtiger. Look at them, glorious. This one's going to be firing over to the left. This one's, the one on the left side is going to be firing forwards. There we go. That's going to be going for the 4-man Gvardia squad there, blowing the crap out of them and pinning them down. And this one's going to be going for a shot onto the ZIS-2 there. Off it goes. Shots away. Boom, that's more like it. Ends up killing both the ZIS-2. The poor AT gun crew is just obliterated. And the T-34 there also going down as well. So a double kill for the Sturmtiger. Of course, the T-34 was already damaged from my previous Sturmtiger shot. So successful strike for sure. I'm definitely starting to show up those Sturmtigers. Across the map, things are still relatively 50-50 as the teams try to push forwards. Another thing I like about Tactical 10v10 actually is you can see there's not actually much arty going backwards and forwards. Like I've got 2 mortar carriers on this right hand side, but that's quite costly. Anyway, another shot coming in. Boom, goes another T-34-76. Nice strike indeed. And I'm pretty much just juggling these Sturmtigers now. You can see another shot coming in. Giving them the manual orders. T-34 tries to escape, but the big old explosive radius there going to annihilate it. Absolutely awesome stuff. So, going to try this again. 88 up on top of the hill, so that we can provide a little extra AA cover alongside our allies, and also have it fire at this reinforcing road. If I can cut off that reinforcing road, we can easily take this point. I've got the 3 Panzergrens waiting here to push up. Just got to clean out the units and then we can do so. So this Sturmtiger, well, the right-hand Sturmtiger is going to be looking for a shot onto the ZIS-2, and we're going to be using the left one however we need. Again, these don't automatically fire unless you give them an order to do so. In some cases, I think it's a good thing because you can micro them probably a lot better if you're able to pay attention to them like I can in this 10v10, because it's like the only units that I have in the game. But in a normal like 1v1 where there's a lot of units on the map that you're under control of, I feel like not having them fire automatically is often much more of a detriment. But goodbye to another ZIS-2, and that absolutely annihilates the house next to it as well, or the factory building there. That crew getting deleted. Damn. Sturmtigers for days, and they are doing absolute work. So now what I'm going to do is get them up onto the hill. From the hill we're going to be able to get better line of sight onto different areas of the towns here. And I was actually pretty well timed. I actually managed to like dodge a Katyusha strike that was intended for my Sturmtiger, because I gave it the fast move order up the hill, and I just basically backed off this Sturmtiger briefly so that I could dodge that. These half tracks are currently moving forwards to immediately fire at the location where the rocket artillery was, just so that I can potentially kill that. Meanwhile, the Sturmtiger is going to move forwards and fire position at whatever we can see. In this case, just shooting at the T-34 there that was behind the houses. I wouldn't be able to hit that if I wasn't on the hill. But there we go, another T-34 down. Absolutely awesome, these Sturmtigers. If you can micro them, they're really, really good, but they are incredibly micro heavy. Like in a normal game, I think it'd be tough to get like this much value out of the Sturmtigers, but in this game, like these are literally the only 2 units that I'm really having to do anything with. And I have managed to save enough points to bring in some Tigers, so that's what I'm going to be doing. With the Fallschirm-Panzer, you can get like 2-star Tigers, and you don't get many availability, but I've basically saved enough points that those are now available since we're in Phase C. Going to be taking a shot at the T-34-85. You can see that I gave that a fire position order so that it lands like right next to it as it moves forwards, because if you give an attack order from a Sturmtiger onto a T-34 or whatever tank moving, it will keep the fire order where the T-34 was, so you have to do a fire position, like preemptive, sort of like kind of guess where it's going to be, I guess. Like, so in this case I'm kind of just giving that the move order forwards, and I'm going to give a fire position order in front of where the T-34 is in order to get the kill, or at least that's the idea. The Sturmtiger going to take a shot. T-34-85 already took one shot from the Sturmtiger, so that's going to be damaged by HE already. This one's a direct strike, the tank's not moving, easy peasy kill. Very nice indeed. So next challenger, another T-34-85 from Stoic. Double Sturmtiger, we can just obliterate them. And Harbinger's even brought up his own Pak-43 now onto the hill. My 88's now moving to the right side to get into position. My mortar's going to be firing away onto the town here as my Panzergrens now push up. And these Panzergrens will help reveal infantry as they get shot at, like this machine gun here. The Tiger puts a shell into that building and it just crumbles. And now the Sturmtiger is going to clean it out in the open. Goodbye to that machine gun squad, and the sniper behind loses a man. Get the shot onto the T-34-85, but look at this, it's two IL-2 cluster bombers. They're coming in, but so many 88s. Going to absolutely smash them. And they're going to be forced to move away. Bunch of fighters come in to cover the IL-2s just in case, but to no avail, because there was nothing to shoot at. So 88's just having a field day there. Unfortunately no air kills, but yeah, no successful strikes for our opponents, which is nice. Anyway, Sturmtiger's going to take a shot at the T-34-85. Let's just watch that explode in the distance. Boom, T-34-85 gone. On this side, firing away at a T-34 in the distance. That one doesn't end up dying, but certainly has taken a lot of HE damage. But meanwhile, Tiger's been covering the Panzergrens moving up as well. And we're getting ever closer to this point on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, in the centre, Chinjev and now Balkan, fantastic job pushing through. Nico Lucilek still alive, leading the charge. And then we see Robert still dueling with his opponent, the Hauptmann and Bismarck, pushing up against CJ. CJ managed to recover his defensive objective, which is good. And Mystical has got a Panzergun in the centre, which is allowing us to hold that objective for the time being. You can see here my Sturmtiger's nearly out of ammunition, actually. It only has 3 shells remaining. The one on the right has 9 shells. So I'm going to have to bring up a supply truck at some point in order to get those back online, but in the meantime, more Tigers on the way. I mentioned earlier how I really do like to focus on a lot of armor in tactical if I can, just like save for armor and use that to my advantage. And that's exactly what I'm doing here, just like getting multiple Tigers in, just got to keep them alive and then they're totally worth it. In this case, just using a fire position order onto where the AT gun is firing at me from in the distance. Probably definitely going to get the kill. I was a little bit worried that the IL-2 here was going to get on top of my Sturmtiger, but fortunately the SDKF Z71 from No Retreat managed to make it fall back in time. Because my 88 here has been pinned by a rocket strike. I believe, like Katyusha came in again, but this time didn't get any hits on target. So complete opposite to my other 88. And that Sturmtiger just obliterates another ZIS-2 that was in that tree line. So this Panzergren awfully close to capturing the objective there, but I can't really run to the left, otherwise we're just going to take damage in the open. Tiger though, got the road covered, that's an M2 going down. Really good if you can kill infantry before they unload in tactical, again because of the limited income. Don't manage to do so on the second one. And this Sturmtiger is transmission damage, the other one's pretty much like out of ammunition, got like 1 round left. So we do have an Opel Blitz munition now on the way. Tigers, of course, doing their thing. Let's just have a look at these bad boys. Absolutely awesome. They're firing at the Cavalier in the open there. Another unit just absolutely deleted. VulcanHDGer and the Sturmtiger next to each other now working together. This is like the ultimate combo. The absolute AP power madness of the King Tiger plus the HE madness of the Sturmtiger. Crazy stuff. Look how awesome this looks. It's just incredible. I really just love how it looks when you zoom in this game. So P3 coming in to try and hit the Sturmtiger, but the unit on the left, that fighter just got annihilated, like one shot out the sky by a flak 88. My 88's currently on the move order back, which is why that's not firing. But I am managing to get Sturmtiger shots now onto the reinforcing road. This one just used up its last round. Both of my Sturmtigers though now have a transmission damage, which is not ideal. But my upper blitz has finally arrived, so there we go. Unfortunately, Bismarck is going to surrender. Tiger E going to be smashing these T-34s. Since there is like a lack of income, often players will resort to like cheaper units, and in this case probably the T-34s. It may also be just what he can get. He's playing Chilean, so he doesn't have like any T-34 85s as such. He's forced to bring in these T-34 76s. And yeah, doing a good job at the moment of picking those off with the Tigers, of course. We have a whole squad of Tigers here. I think 4 of them just blitzing across the open, doing so much damage. Tigers now getting reloaded on the hill. Should be having those move forwards, but I think at this point I was kind of microing the Tigers and just watching them obliterate the reinforcements coming in. Even the T-34 85s struggle against the Tigers at range. What they really needed on this right hand side was something like an IS that would be able to do the job. So Sturmtiger again moving up. This one's going to be going for a shot onto the T-34 85 if it can get it. I've also moved up the mortar half tracks to the left hand side here so I can counter battery the 120mm mortar that we can see there. But yeah, this really became the Tiger show after the Sturmtigers kind of rocked the mid game. Like those just all in a line there, just micro them backwards and forwards as they get hit from the side or overexpose themselves or whatever. Going to be going for a shot here onto the Avtos. Just adjusting that. Going to be firing at the building. I was hoping that my opponent would move the Avtos into the building there, or they'd auto cover onto the building. So smash that. Utterly obliterate the building there. Look at that, it's just gone. Really nice. Now the King Tiger's going to be making a move. Tiger pushing forwards again. Another target there in the distance. T-34 going down. This is on an attack move, but you do still have to like give the manual order if you want to do anything with the Sturmtigers. I choose to just annihilate the supply there, because why not? The main reason I need to get the Sturmtiger up though, as you can see these Tigers are taking shots. Hoplite's like rushing in with Zis-2s. And so what I need to do is get my Sturmtiger on target of those ASAP, otherwise like my Tigers might die from a distance. Penetration from this range is actually pretty low. Like max range Zis-2 into like the front armor of a Tiger is like, I don't know, something like I think it's like 10% or maybe less with like both the APCR and the standard rounds. But they do manage to crit quite a lot, which is the annoying part. Anyway, I only need to hit like one of these Zis-2s and it'll probably wipe out the rest. So you can see here I'm going to be targeting the one in the middle. The Hoplite's going to be trying to do a runner, but here comes the Sturmtiger shot. Boom! Goes 2 of the AT guns. The Oznaz Komroti going to be pinned down. Another Sturmtiger shot comes in, obliterates those AT guns. And that's exactly what they're there for. IL-2 37mm attempting to come in for the shots onto the Sturmtiger, but with all of the 88s and the SDKF Z71s, no chance for that to find the kill. Again, the Tu-2S making the same mistake. Instantly forced back. My Panzergren's pretty much on top of that land spawn now, yeah. They even managed to cut off the spawn. And with 5 seconds left, well, that is game. And the Sturmtigers have done the job. So really, really fun use of the Sturmtigers yet there. I'd recommend trying tactical 10v10, especially if you're new to the game. It gives you a lot less to worry about than like a standard 4v4 or like any game mode would otherwise do. Because you can see at the start there, I only had like 4 units I had to micro. So it's like really manageable. And so if you're a new player, definitely go check it out or join me on the stream. And whenever I do a 10v10, normally either mid-stream or towards the end of my stream, I'll jump into a 10v10, get as many people in as we can. It's always a lot of fun, so make sure to come along. But in the end, great KD, 1,935 kills, the 390 losses. It was really, really nice. We got the most kills on our team, which was fantastic. And it showed off the Sturmtigers so well. The mortar crew's also doing well, helping me out, especially with the 45mm and there's this 2 towards the beginning. But check out these Sturmtiger kills. Loads of AT guns. They're there to destroy in-placed AT, and that is exactly what they did in this case. That is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 2 is destroyed by the Sturmtigers, as well as a bunch of tanks, including the T-34-85 Conrotti there and the standard T-34-85. We killed like multiple players' units with these Sturmtigers. Damn, they were tough. Otherwise, it's just the Tigers stealing the show towards the end, especially popping all those T-34 76s and 85s. But what a fantastic game to show off that unit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, that's about it. I'll probably do another game in the future showing off more of the Fallschirm-Panzer division, but for now, hopefully you're sated with the explosions from the Sturmtiger. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.